So I think kangaroos are really funny. The way they move looks so goofy and wrong, but you know what else they look like? A T-Rex. See, I don't know of any other animal that stands on its back legs, has teeny tiny arms, and a big tail. I mean, birds don't have that. But see, I didn't really know what to do with this revelation until I remembered I'm an animator, and I can essentially cut out the middleman. See, the media wants us to think T-Rex are big, scary monsters, but I'm gonna portray him as just a silly little guy. So here's how I made T-Rex fight like kangaroos. I already had a rigged T-Rex model that I used for a short film a few months ago, so I used that same model and just updated the textures a little bit. Then I found some reference footage and I decided to use this one. I'm going to use this footage to make two T-Rexes fighting over a fresh kill. So the next step is to start animating them, and this is where it gets sucky, because animation is really difficult. I don't really have any tips on how to make it easy other than just brute force it. I loaded in my footage and was copying the basic poses, but there's no one trick solution to making the motion look right. I guess the thing that takes the most practice is just figuring out why it looks wrong. You usually have to identify what's moving too fast or too slow. Sometimes offsetting the keyframes help a little bit. Like if I'm leaning back and forth, this looks a little weird. But if I make the head go a little early, then we got a little something. So I just went through this process. It took many hours and days, actually, just lining up the T-Rexes to the kangaroo poses. But also, the kangaroos look so weird that even if I copied it perfectly, it would still look weird. So I threw in a few poses that were more T-Rex looking to kind of get a blend of the two animals. For the lighting and stuff, I kind of tried to copy the general vibe of this cut opening scene of Jurassic World Dominion, kind of with the orange haziness. It looks pretty prehistoric. And this scene was actually really cool. I don't know why they cut it. It showed a T-Rex fighting a Giganotosaurus and losing and dying, but then we see it get bit by a mosquito, implying that this is the T-Rex that the T-Rex from the movies is a clone of. Which would mean when it kills the Giganotosaurus at the end of Dominion, it would have actually meant something, and it would have given this movie a story. But my dinosaur fight is not going to be like these movie dinosaur fights. Mine is going to be different. Yeah, after animating it, I watched through this and I realized there's just kind of something missing, Like you watch it, they kick each other, it's goofy, and then it just ends. So I realized I needed a little extra spice to make it more interesting. So I decided to film it like sort of a dinosaur documentary. This meant I could add a bit of a shaky camera, dirt on the lens, and little details that would make it more interesting. A few of the final touches I added were some dust and impact bloody chunks flying out when they kicked each other, and some flies flying around the wounds. After that, I just had to composite all together, try to hide how bad it looked with a bunch of filters, and then I got this little scene of T-Rex fighting like kangaroos. So there's my little video. I thought it'd be funny. Hopefully you also think it's funny. I have some more behind the scenes stuff and time lapses of this whole process over on my Patreon, which you should totally check out. And if not, make sure you subscribe so you can see more goofy stuff. But anyways, thanks for watching the video. Hope to see you guys on the next one.